Hola clase! This is lesson 22 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. And the story today is The Guy Who Likes Sports. It's about a guy who's really into sports. Maybe too much. A Chip le gustan los deportes. El fútbol americano, el basquetbol y el tenis. Chip va al estadio y ve un partido de fútbol americano. Los jugadores no juegan bien. Chip no está feliz. Chip agarra sus zapatos Nike y se pone los zapatos y interrumpe el partido. Chip agarra la pelota y corre rápido hacia el gol. Un jugador grita, ¿Quién es este payaso? El otro jugador le responde, ni idea. Los jugadores no están contentos, pero Chip está contento. At the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to understand everything I just said. Plus, read it, write it, and say it. Let's look at the objectives. First, I'm going to teach you a new set of vocab. We're going to use the vocab to learn the story about Chip. Then, preguntas, questions and answers in Spanish to practice that. Then you're going to lee y traduce, read a story and translate it, and then check it with me to see how well you understood it. La gramática de hoy is on the personal a. It's a letter that goes in front of people in certain situations. And then el quiz on the vocab and grammar to see how well you understood it. So, grab your workbook and let's get started. We are in Jalen Waltman's Complete Spanish Course 1A, first semester beginning Spanish workbook. Lesson 22, it looks like this. New vocab list. Los deportes, that means sports. The sports, technically. El fútbol, what is football, clase? Football and fútbol americano. Do you know what the whole rest of the world, what they're talking about when they say football? I bet you do. Soccer. But then we have el fútbol americano. So this is what we would call football. And then over here you can put American, you can abbreviate. El basquetbol, b-ball. Basketball. El béisbol, baseball. El tenis, tennis. El voleibol, volleyball. And el estadio is the stadium. Let's write and draw. Los deportes. Deportes in general, sports in general. So let's put that over here and we're just going to draw various Okay, so this will be los deportes. I have a grouping of them. Los deportes. El fútbol. Well, you need a foot. And a soccer ball. Oh, not the easiest thing to draw. I was like, how can I make this fast and easy? I think I'm trying to choose every other one. It's not working out. Oh. Okay, that's my soccer ball. You know what would have been better is just draw lines like that. Just make a grid that makes sense. Class A, don't do what I did. Okay, so this is football. Fútbol americano. Well, now you need, let's see, let's put that one up here. Now you need the pigskin. It has a line right there, it has a line right here, and it has a seam like that. So this will be fútbol americano. This one is fútbol americano. Basketball, let's put it here. Okay. think they look like that. So this, it goes in. All right, so basketball, baseball. Here's your little baseball. I don't know what they look like actually. That's probably not what they look like. Let's do. Okay, baseball. Tennis. Do racket. And then a little tennis ball. I'm doing every ball the same way. I don't know. I know basketball, but these other two balls I don't really know. Volleyball. Okay, we need a net. Poles. And volleyballs, I don't really know what they look like, but let's just do, I'm not going to try to do lines on that one. The volleyball goes over it. Let's do a hand. I'm going to do an awkward, like, fist with a thumb hitting that ball over. And then let's see what I have. El estadio. El estadio. I'm going to put it down here. And you got your field in the middle. I'm going to do American football. What up, what up? Here's the bleachers, I guess. And then this side, you wouldn't see the bleachers because they would be facing in there. So anyway, we'll let estadio, that's good enough. Class A, let's cover up the words up there and practice these sports. You point at the picture that matches the word you think I'm saying. Los deportes. Los deportes. Los deportes. This one. El fútbol. El fútbol. This one. El fútbol americano. El fútbol americano. That's here. El basketball. El basketball. Here. El béisbol. El béisbol. That's here. El tenis. El tenis. That's here. El voleibol. El voleibol. That's here. El estadio. El estadio. Estadio. If you take the E off, you can see and hear the stadium, the stadio. So el estadio. Okay. Try to stay ahead of the blue arrow. El basketball. El tenis. El voleibol. El béisbol. El fútbol. El fútbol americano. El estadio. Los deportes. El béisbol. El fútbol americano. El estadio. El tenis. Los deportes. El basketball. El fútbol. El estadio. El fútbol americano. Los deportes. El voleibol. El tenis. El estadio. Okay, muy bien. Let's write the words under the pictures. Los deportes. El fútbol americano. Fútbol has an accent mark on the U. Sometimes you will see it without, but that's true of almost any Spanish word because Spanish speakers themselves are actually not that good at accent marks, nor do they care that much in general. I'm making kind of a blanket statement, but of course there are Spanish speakers who care about accent marks, but in general you're going to see Spanish speakers leaving them off a lot. Okay. El voleibol. El basketball. Basketball has an accent mark on this A. There is another word for this. El baloncesto. Cesto means basket. So this one is probably borrowed from English. I'm sure that it is. Baloncesto is balon is ball, obviously, I guess. And then cesto is basket. So there are two words, but the textbook that I use has this cognate for basketball. El fútbol with an accent mark on the U. El béisbol. Baseball, it has an accent mark on this E. El estadio. And el tenis. Okay, more new vocab that we need for the story for today. A Chip le gustan los deportes. Chip likes sports. Va al estadio y ve el partido. Goes to the stadium and we're going to translate ve as watches. It can also mean sees the game. Los jugadores no juegan bien. Jugadores, it means the players. Do you remember this verb, juega? Juega a los videojuegos? Jugadores is related to that verb. The infinitive of that verb is jugar. So jugar, it's stem changing. The stem changes to jueg, U-E. But if you see jugar, you can see jugadores is related actually to this infinitive. So the players don't play well. Se pone los zapatos. He puts on. Se means himself. The shoes, or in English we would say his shoes. So let's put it like that. He puts on himself the shoes. So pone means puts. Se pone is putting it on yourself. And he puts on zapatos, shoes. How can you remember zapatos? It's because your feet pat the ground. Zapatos, they pat. Agarra la pelota y corre. Grabs the ball and runs. So pelota is a sort of generic word for ball, especially a ball that you have in sports. ¿Quién es este payaso? Ni idea. Who is this clown? And then the answer, ni idea, no idea. Now, why isn't it just no idea? It's because in Spanish they say ni instead. Ni really means neither. So it's sort of like saying, I don't have any idea whatsoever. No idea. Ni idea it's just stronger than no idea. And it's also how they say it. So if you're trying to express that you don't have any idea, you're going to say ni idea. Okay, let's write and draw. A Chip le gustan los deportes. Let's have Chip. He's loving everything in this circle. Deportes. Let's do a tennis racket. Okay, so a Chip le gustan los deportes. Va al estadio y ve el partido. Here's Chip. He's going to do two things here, so I've got to divide up my board. We're seeing this stadium from an aerial view somehow. Okay, so Chip va al estadio. Y ve el partido. Los jugadores no juegan bien. So let's draw the field. Los jugadores no juegan bien. They don't play well. Se pone los zapatos. He puts on his shoes. You have to draw a Chip first, so you can draw the bench under him. Okay, so there's Chip with his shoes. I'm going to try to draw the bleachers under him. Don't do that line right there, that was a mistake. Okay, so Chip se pone los zapatos. Agarra la pelota y corre. Okay, he's got to grab the ball and run. I'll put it down here. That's him jumping up to grab the ball. Okay, so Chip agarra la pelota. This is la pelota. Y corre. And then, ¿quién es este payaso? Ni idea. That's supposed to be his hand pointing. I made it kind of square on top. It's supposed to be his hand pointing at this clown. In the story, it's not literally a clown, but let's just have a clown back there. Okay, so this shruggy arms, questioning arms. Talking about this. Okay, so ¿quién es este payaso? Ni idea. Okay, once again, we're going to cover up these words so we can learn the Spanish. Point to the picture that represents the phrase you think I'm saying. A Chip le gustan los deportes. A Chip le gustan los deportes. That's here. Chip va al estadio. Chip va al estadio. That's here. Y ve el partido. Ve el partido. That's here. Ve el partido, the game. We didn't talk about how you could remember partido. It's a game that you have to participate in, so it's a partido. Los jugadores no juegan bien. Los jugadores no juegan bien. That's here. The players don't play very well. Se pone los zapatos. Se pone los zapatos. That's here. He's putting on, pone, put, los zapatos. They pat. Agarra la pelota y corre. Agarra la pelota. That's here. He's grabbing la pelota. Y corre. Here. ¿Quién es este payaso? Ni idea. ¿Quién es este payaso? Ni idea. Who's this clown? No idea. Okay, try to stay ahead of the blue arrow. Chip va al estadio. Y ve el partido. Los jugadores no juegan bien. A Chip le gustan los deportes. ¿Quién es este payaso? Ni idea. Se pone los zapatos. Agarra la pelota y corre. A Chip le gustan los deportes. ¿Quién es este payaso? Ni idea. Chip va al estadio y ve el partido. Los jugadores no juegan bien. Agarra la pelota y corre. Se pone los zapatos. Va al estadio y ve el partido. A Chip le gustan los deportes. Agarra la pelota y corre. Los jugadores no juegan bien. ¿Quién es este payaso? Ni idea. Se pone los zapatos. Va al estadio y ve el partido. Agarra la pelota y corre. A Chip le gustan los deportes. Muy bien. Let's write the phrases under the pictures. Somebody is asking, ¿quién? It has an accent mark on this E. Es este payaso? Who is this clown? Este means this, by the way. And the answer, ni idea. Se pone los zapatos. A Chip le gustan los deportes. Los jugadores no juegan bien. Agarra la pelota y corre. Va al estadio y ve el partido. Hay un chico. El chico se llama Chip. A Chip le gustan los deportes. A Chip le gusta el fútbol americano, el básquetbol y el tenis. Chip va al estadio y ve un partido de fútbol americano. Chip no está contento porque los jugadores no juegan bien. Chip se pone sus zapatos Nikes e interrumpe el partido. Agarra la pelota y corre rápido hacia el gol. Un jugador grita, ¿quién es este payaso? Otro jugador le responde, ni idea. Los jugadores no están contentos, pero Chip está muy feliz. Chip va a un partido de básquetbol y se sienta. Chip ve el partido. Chip no está contento porque los jugadores no juegan bien. Chip se pone sus zapatos Nikes e interrumpe el partido. Chip agarra la pelota y la tira al gol. Un jugador grita, ¿quién es este payaso? Otro jugador le responde, ni idea. Los jugadores no están contentos, pero Chip está muy feliz. Chip va a un partido de tenis. Dos chicas están jugando. Chip ve el partido. No, 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 grita Chip. Las chicas no juegan bien. Chip se pone sus zapatos Nikes e interrumpe el partido. Agarra la raqueta de tenis de una de las chicas y le pega la pelota. Las chicas no están felices. Las chicas gritan, ¡no! Le agarran a Chip, tiran a Chip al suelo. Chip grita, ¡ah! Y corre muy rápido a su casa. Chip no interrumpe un partido de deportes. Nunca más. Fin. Let's write the story about the guy who likes sports. El cuento del chico que le gustan los deportes. There's a guy named Chip. He likes sports. Let's just say he likes sports. A Chip le gustan los deportes. Here, he goes to the stadium and he watches the game. Chip, how do you say goes? Va al, to the, it's a contraction. Stadium, what is it? Estadio. Y ve el partido. Goes to the stadium and watches or sees the game. Chip isn't happy because they're not playing very well. Chip no está, accent mark, contento porque, all one word because it means because here, los jugadores no juegan bien. He's not happy because the players don't play very well. Here he's putting on his shoes. Since I'm out of room down there, I'm going to put it up here. Se pone. What does that mean? He puts on himself. Se is referring to himself. Los. And then how do you say shoes in Spanish? It starts with a Z. They pat on the ground when you walk. Zapatos. Se pone los zapatos. He grabs the ball and runs. How do you say he grabs? Agarra la. What's ball? It starts with the P. Pelota. Y corre hacia, toward, el gol. He grabs the ball and runs to the goal. They aren't happy. Los jugadores preguntan, they ask, ¿quién, who, it has an accent mark on that E, es este payaso? Put some quotes here. So the players ask, who's that clown? Here, Chip goes to a basketball game, does the same routine. He interrupts, puts on his shoes. Okay, so Chip goes to a basketball game. Va al partido, the game, of de, let's see here, basket, accent mark on this A, ball. Okay, so va al partido de basquetbol e interrumpe el partido. E interrumpe. I believe we have talked about this before, but in front of a word that starts with the E sound, like interrumpe, E and changes to E because it flows a little bit better to a Spanish speaker's ear to say E interrumpe instead of E interrumpe. It's kind of like a apple. In English, we say an apple because to our ear, that sounds better and less sort of choppy than a apple. So we want A for and interrupts the game. One player asks, "Who is this clown?" and the other one answers, "No idea." Un jugador pregunta. I could say le pregunta. That would make it seem more like he was asking one person, but if he's just asking in general, which I think you would kind of in this situation, is just yell it out, like, "Who's that clown?" Un jugador pregunta. I'm just going to say pregunta and leave out the le. Upside down question mark. ¿Quién es este payaso? Who's this clown? El otro would just be the other one. Le responde. Ni idea. No idea, dude. Chip goes to a tennis game. The girls don't play very well. He puts on his shoes, he interrupts, and they take care of it. En el partido de tenis, las chicas no juegan bien. Chip puts on his shoes and interrupts the game. Se pone los, what are they? Zapatos. Let's say he grabs the racket. Y agarra la raqueta. Se pone los zapatos y agarra la raqueta. Man, that's hard to say. The players grab Chip and throw him on the ground. Now I'm going to say las jugadoras. They are female players. They grab him. Lo agarran. Y lo tiran. They throw him al suelo, on the ground. Las jugadoras lo agarran y lo tiran al suelo. Chip runs away. So Chip corre rápido. Never interrupts again. Preguntas. ¿Cómo se llama el chico? ¿Cómo se llama, clase? Se llama Chip. Número 2. ¿A dónde va el chico? First, he goes, va al estadio, ¿sí? Número 3. ¿Por qué va? ¿Por qué va al estadio? Ve el partido. He watches the game. Número 4. ¿Por qué no está contento Chip? Porque los, how do you say players? Jugadores. These are males, so I want dores instead of doras. Los jugadores no juegan bien. Número 5. ¿Qué se pone? ¿Qué se pone? Se pone. ¿Qué, clase? ¿Qué se pone? ¿Se pone la ropa? No. Se pone los zapatos. Número 6. ¿Quién agarra la pelota? ¿Quién agarra la pelota? ¿Los jugadores agarran la pelota? No. Chip agarra la pelota. Y corre, ¿sí? Número 7. ¿Qué interrumpe Chip? Interrumpe el partido. Interrumpe el partido, the game. Número 8. ¿Saben los jugadores quién es el payaso que interrumpió? Ni idea. What does that mean? They have no idea. It says, do the players know who is the clown that interrupted? Ni idea. No idea. Número 9. ¿Cómo juegan los jugadores de básquetbol? No juegan bien. They do not play well. Número 10. ¿Cómo reaccionan las chicas del partido de tenis? Well, agarran a Chip y lo tiran al suelo. Agarran a Chip y lo tiran al suelo. Lo tiran. What is lo referring to in this sentence, clase? What do you think? They grab Chip and tiran lo al suelo. The lo is Chip. It's referring to Chip. It means him in this sentence. It's a direct object pronoun. Número 11. ¿A dónde va Chip al final? ¿A dónde va Chip, clase? Al final. Chip va a su casa. Y no interrumpe nunca más. Número 12. ¿Quién es tu personaje favorito en el cuento? Mi personaje favorito es Chip, because he's good at every single sport, apparently. Lee y traduce. Read this story and write the English translation under the Spanish line by line. El chico que le gustan los deportes. Mucho. The guy who likes the sports a lot. You can abbreviate Chip with a C. I believe that's the only name in this story, so that should be all you need to get started. So go ahead and pause the video, translate the story, and then we will check it. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's check it and see how you did. There's a guy. His name is Chip. Chip likes sports, deportes. He likes football americano, in other words, American football, what we just call football, basketball, and tennis. Chip goes to the stadium and watches a game of American football. He's not happy because the players don't play well. Chip se pone, puts on his sports shoes. Did you guess? Did you make a guess for sport shoes here? In other words, athletic shoes, I guess we would say in English. And interrupts the game. He grabs the ball and runs quickly toward the goal. One player yells, "Who is this clown?" Another player responds, "No idea." Chip goes to a tennis match or a tennis game. Two girls are playing. Chip sits down and watches the game. The players don't play well. Chip puts on his athletic shoes, his sports shoes, and interrupts the game. He grabs the tennis racket of one of the girls and hits the ball. Pega, hits. The girls are not happy. They yell no and grab Chip. They throw him on the ground. Chip screams, ah, and runs very fast to his house. Chip does not interrupt a game of sports ever again. Nunca más, nevermore. The end. La gramática, the personal a in Spanish. This is a topic that I've been talking about off and on throughout this entire course. I've talked about this little letter A that we have in front of people's names, or if it's a chica or it's a person. It goes in certain sentences in a certain place, so that's what we're going to learn now. In Spanish, we usually use a personal a in front of people or pets. Pets are included in this group that come after a verb. So let's talk about people first. The personal a in Spanish is a word used before people that come after verbs. Look at the following examples. Roger no encuentra su teléfono. It means Roger can't find his telephone. There's no a in the sentence. Why not? There's a person, Roger, but this is used before people that come after verbs. Where's my verb? No encuentra. He does not find. Here's what's after it is his phone. Is that a person? No. So there's no a in this sentence. Roger no encuentra a su mamá. There is an a. Why? There's a person after this verb, his mom. So I need the personal a in front of her. Roger can't find his mom. In the first sentence, there is no a after the verb because teléfono is not a person or a pet, but we'll get to the pets in a minute. In the second sentence, there is an a after the verb because mamá. Mamá after the verb. That is a person. Let's look at some examples that need the personal a. These are all examples that need it, okay? El fantasma observa las personas en el parque todos los días. El fantasma observa, the correct way would be to say a las personas en el parque todos los días. The ghost observes people in the park every day. There's nothing translated for that word in this sentence in English, and that's how it usually is. Why is there an a here? Because observes is the verb, and what comes after it is people, persons in the park. Blebby habla a sus amigos en la escuela. You need an a here. Why? Habla is your verb. Here's people after it. Blebby talks to her friends at school. This is another example of one where we don't translate it as anything in English. Los estudiantes no ven a Jose. The students haven't seen Jose. I need an a here because ven is the verb. Jose is a person coming after the verb. Roger llama a la hermana de Francine. Roger calls Francine's sister. You need the a because you have a sister, a person, after this verb, llama. Los jugadores no conocen a Chip. The players don't know Chip. They aren't familiar with him. You need an a because Chip is after the verb. In the sentences above, notice that no extra word is used in English when the personal a is used. That's true in most cases. Sometimes we'll have a sentence where this a means to, and so then, yes, we'll have a translation for it. You also use the personal a with your own pets or the pets of other persons. Do not use the personal a where there is no personal relationship, as for insects, birds, and fish, etc. So if you don't know, it's nobody's insect, fish, or bird, there's no a. But if it's your special, pet, then Spanish speakers will tend to put an a in front of their pets because they are like people to you once it's your pet and you're close to the animal. Examples. Los payasos agarran al gato de Charles. The clowns grab Charles's cat. I don't know if you can see the a in this one, but it's a plus L. They grab a plus L, the cat of Charles. All is the contraction for those two words. Roy busca a su perro. Roy looks for his dog. This is his dog, his personal pet, busca a. So the dog comes after the looking, and so there's an a there. The personal a tells you who's receiving the action of the verb. This is especially useful in questions, since the word order of questions in Spanish is usually different from English. So here's some examples. ¿Qué le dice a la señora Doubtfire, Roger? What says Roger to Mrs. Doubtfire? What does Roger say to her? I know this is happening to her, that he's the one talking to her. She's the one getting talked to because the is in front of her. And this is an example like what I was talking about, where sometimes it means to, so you will see that. ¿Quién le pega a Eric? Who hits Eric? How do I know Eric is the one receiving this action, getting hit? It's because the a is in front of Eric. So somebody is hitting Eric, Eric. In this one, a quien le pega Eric, no a. Now I know Eric is doing some hitting to whom, whoever this who is. Here's some exceptions to the personal a. The personal a isn't needed in the following circumstances. Number one, with the verb tener. If I say no tenemos hermanos, I'm saying we don't have brothers or siblings. We wouldn't say no tenemos a hermanos. That's wrong. No tenemos hermanos. After tener, no personal a. Now you might wonder, how on earth would I ever remember that? Eventually, the things you learn in Spanish will sound right to you. You just have to hear it a lot. That's how people who are born in a family that speaks Spanish and are raised speaking Spanish, that's how they know what's right. They don't study grammar sheets about their language. So trust me when I say that eventually you'll get a feel for how different constructions in Spanish work and how they're supposed to sound, and things will sound wrong to you. So if it doesn't already sound kind of wrong to you to say no tenemos a hermanos, then trust me that at some point it will. And that's really the best way to know grammar anyway, is just by knowing what sounds right. Another example, ¿tienes muchos amigos? Do you have a lot of friends? I wouldn't say ¿tienes a muchos amigos? Just ¿tienes muchos amigos? Just like that. Another example is with I. Hay un chico, hay dos chicas. You've heard this already so many times, every single lesson, it's in every story. There's a guy, there's two girls. So, ¿hay a un chico? No, just hay un chico. ¿Hay a dos chicas? No, just hay dos chicas. So again, this is one that, eventually that's how it's going to sound right to you, and you'll definitely know, because it'll sound really weird if it gets said the other way. Next situation where you don't need the personal a. Number 3, when there is another preposition there already. So Wilma habla con Betty. Wilma talks with Betty. Con is a preposition. I wouldn't say Wilma habla con a Betty. Just Wilma habla con Betty. This preposition negates the personal a. Lorraine es la mamá de Amber. Lorraine is the mom of Amber. De, of. Here's the preposition. I wouldn't say Lorraine es la mamá de a Amber. The de takes the place of the personal a. You don't need the personal a because there's another preposition there. Okay, let's practice. We're going to place a personal a in the blank if the sentence requires it. Número 1. Jill va a la casa de Jack, or Jill va a la casa de a Jack. Should there be an a there? No. Why not? Because de, there's already preposition there. So you would not have an a in this sentence. That sentence is correct as it is. Número 2. Jill le da pizza Jack, or Jill le da pizza a Jack. Does it need the a? Yes, it does. Jill gives pizza to Jack. Gives is the verb. Jack is over here. Plus you need it anyway because we need the word to. All right. Número 3. Yo tengo una hermana, or yo tengo a una hermana. Do you need the personal a in that sentence? No. Why not? This is tener. So you don't have a personal a after the verb tener. So that sentence is correct as it is. Número 4. Ella conoce Roger. Or ella conoce a Roger. Does it need the personal a? It does. Conoce, she knows Roger. You need a personal a there. It doesn't get translated in English in this sentence. Número 5. Él no conoce la profesora de español. Él no conoce a la profesora de español. Does it need the a? It does. Same reason. He doesn't know the Spanish teacher. You need an a because it's not tener, it's not a preposition, and it's not I, so yes, you need it. Número 6. Nosotros hablamos con ella. Nosotros hablamos con a ella. Do you need a personal a? You do not. Why not? Because con is already a preposition, so you don't need the a in this sentence. So that sentence is correct as it is. Número 7. Le doy chocolate mi novio. Or le doy chocolate a mi novio. Yes. And here actually means to, so yes. I give chocolate to my boyfriend. Número 8. Le doy comida china mi perro. Le doy comida china a mi perro. Yes. Here it means to as well. Número 9. Hay muchos insectos en la casa. Hay muchos insectos en la casa. There's actually two reasons why there's no a here. What's one of them? One of them is, here's I. That's one of the verbs, tener and I. You don't have an a after. Also, these insects, are they your pets? No, probably not. So there would be no a. That sentence is correct. Number 10, Shane ve dos chicas en el coche, or Shane ve a dos chicas en el coche. Does it need it? Yes, it does. He sees two girls in the car. It wouldn't get translated into English as anything, but here's the verb. There's people after it, so there's an a in that sentence. El quiz. ¿Qué día es hoy? Hoy es lunes. ¿Qué fecha es hoy? Es el 4 de mayo. You have 13 phrases to match up. Go ahead and pause the video and match those up. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's grade it. Número 1. Número 1. El fútbol. Letra N. Número 2. El fútbol americano. Letra P. Número 3. El basquetbol. Letra O. Número 4. El béisbol. Letra R. Número 5. El tenis. Letra M. Número 6. El voleibol. Letra Q. Número 7. A él le gustan los deportes. Letra U. Número 8. Va al estadio y ve el partido. Letra W. Número 9. Los jugadores no juegan bien. Letra Y. Número 10. Se pone los zapatos. Letra V. Número 11. Agarra la pelota y corre. Letra T. Número 12. ¿Quién es este payaso? Letra X. Número 13. Ni idea. Letra S. ¿Todo correcto, clase? Si tienes todo correcto, escribe un 100. Un 100%. Lesson 22 grammar quiz, personal ah. Place a personal ah in the blank if the sentence requires it. Now, some of these, it might be the ah that means to. And so some Spanish teachers might not call that personal ah, okay? But without looking back at your notes, pause the video and try to think about whether or not a personal ah would go in those sentences, and then we will check it. Go. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. And again, since this is a grammar quiz, if you did this without looking at your notes, anything you get correct is awesome. So you can feel proud, okay? If you had to use your notes, don't worry, that's fine. But I always want to encourage you to try to do it without and just see how much you can get without looking back. Número 1. Yo le doy pizza y helado a mis estudiantes. I give pizza and ice cream to my students. So there, it's one of those ones that means to, actually. Número 2. Nosotros conocemos a Taylor Swift. You do need it because conocemos, the verb, we know her. Yes, it needs the a. Número 3. Tú vas a la casa de tu amigo. That one's correct without it. If you left it off, very good. Why is it correct without it? Because there's a preposition de. You don't need an a as well. Número 4. Sarah pega a su hermano y corre. She hits her brother and runs. So yes, you need it because she's hitting. That's not one of the verbs that doesn't require the a, and you have a brother after this verb. Número 5. Usted habla con ellas. That's correct. Con is a preposition. You don't need it. Número 6. Él tiene muchos insectos exóticos en su colección. He has exotic insects in a collection. I would not say these were pets. I would leave that one like it is. Número 7. Ustedes tienen una profesora buena. No a, it's correct. Why? Tener. It's tener. That's one of the verbs that doesn't take a personal a after it. Número 8. Ella ve a su gato. She sees her cat. This is her cat, so yes, there's an a there. It's her pet. All right, so out of 8, if you got at least 4 of them correct, that's very, very good. So if you have at least 4, we're drawing a big smiley face surrounded by hearts. Muy bien. Bonus material, the extra practice that's optional. Tell and or write the story of El Chico que le gustan los deportes in Spanish without a dictionary or help. As usual, I have started the story for you here, so you can write it here. You can say it. I would say it before you write it so you don't have it all written out here, or write it and then hide it. You could do it that way too. It doesn't have to be exact or perfectly correct. Just focus on communicating the message because it's the practice that counts. And I will see you in the next lesson. Muy bien, clase. You finished lesson 22 of Spanish 1A, first semester beginning level Spanish. The link to get my workbook is in the description box below, as well as a way to support me if you would like to support me in ways other than buying my workbook. So until next time, nos vemos, clase.